First Alert Weather with Cassie Campbell is sponsored by St. Francis Healthcare System.
Well, we have a few more days of this summer-like heat. We also have small rain chances, about a 10% chance of rain today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. With that being said, we're seeing the 10%. Most of us are dry, but there's a couple of some isolated showers, maybe a rumble of thunder or two. Now, we are watching these storms that are west of Reynolds and Carter County in southeast Missouri. These are continuing to kind of track to the southeast, so we'll watch how these isolated storms continue to move. I did zoom in a little bit to see if we had any lightning with these, and it does look like a couple of some spots might be hearing a rumble of thunder. That's definitely a stronger storm that is west of the Heartland. We'll continue to monitor that as it moves closer. Isolated thunderstorms are going to be possible throughout the rest of our afternoon and a little bit into this evening. Overnight into Tuesday morning, a great sunny start to the day. A few clouds will move on through, but it should overall be fairly quiet to start our Tuesday morning. As we get towards Tuesday afternoon, still sitting with mostly dry skies, and I know there's a little bit of some severe drought that has started to creep into the Heartland, so not going to help with our drought conditions a whole lot, at least through the next couple of days. An isolated shower or storm is still possible tomorrow afternoon through tomorrow evening, and then going to kind of see that same rinse and repeat forecast for Wednesday. This is by Wednesday afternoon, partly cloudy skies with that pop-up shower possible. Maybe you're like me and you really need to get to the car wash. Planning for that, looking great Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week. Good to go for any of those errands as you continue throughout our work week. Beautiful, partly cloudy skies, at least in Cape Girardeau. A little bit of a breeze coming in. Planning for tonight, 64 overnight into tomorrow. We'll stay in those 80s through about 7 o'clock, dropping down to those 70s by 8 p.m. this evening. Planning for tomorrow, a lot of sunshine is expected all throughout the day. Still going to feel kind of like summer with highs above average in those low to mid 90s. We'll continue to see the 90s. Today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and even Thursday still looking possible to stay above that average mark. The change up is heading our way by the weekend. We have a couple different fronts that should start to arrive, increasing our rain chances, dropping those temperatures. We'll be back in those mid 80s, which is a little bit above that average mark, but starting to feel a little bit better with the chance of some higher rain coming in Friday, Saturday, and even into Sunday.